Hi and welcome to this week's episode of ReaperTV. In this video I'm going to go away from what I normally do, and with the latest release of version 5.27 of Reaper, there's a couple of different features that have been added in there that I thought were noteworthy and I'd like to share with you. Now, I don't generally tend to do videos like this, but I thought these were quite standout features that really are going to help your productivity. And I know it's kind of some of those things that people have been asking for a little while. So without further ado, let's go through and take a look at some of those new features and updates that have been added to the latest version. So the first thing I'm going to show you is to do with automation of effects on your tracks. So you can see I've got two bass tracks and I've got an instance of Easy Mix on the first one, and you can see I've got some automation that I've applied to this particular track. Now, normally if we just drag a copy of Easy Mix from the one track to the other, all that does is create a duplicate instance of that particular Easy Mix or whatever effect you've got applied to it, which is great. But if we've got an automation applied to this and we're effectively taking two tracks that are the same and we'd like to have that automation applied to both of them, we'd have to do that in a different way. So now we actually have a sped up way of doing this. So let me just get rid of that a second. Now all I need to do this is one of two methods. I can right click on the effect and I can come down. You can see we now have copy effects include automation, and as its name suggests, that will copy the effect and the automation that's been applied to it. So we do that. We can then right click and we can just say paste effects. That will then paste the effect in there with the automation applied to it. So pretty cool. But there's an even quicker way of doing it. So let's just get rid of that again a second. So we'll just alt click to get rid of it. Now if we want to do this without having to go through that process, we can do that quite easily with a keyboard shortcut. And to do that, all we need to do is hold the Shift and Control key down, or the Shift and Command key on the Mac, and drag that over from its original location. So we'll take this Easy Mix, we'll drag it over while holding those keys down, give it a second or so, and that will then load in the effect with the automation already applied to it. So a much quicker and easier way of dealing with this. So the next thing I want to show you is to do with the notation view. So let's just open up some MIDI. I'm just going to double click on that to open up my Midi Editor, and you can see I'm in notation view. If you're not in this view by default, if you just simply go to options, if you go to view and you choose mode musical notation or the keyboard shortcut of Alt 4, that will take you into this view. So you can now see we've got our normal notation view. And one of the things that's now been added to this is we can now export this not only as an XML file, but we can now export it as a PDF file. And it'll take in any information we have in there, all the music notation, including if we have lyrics and things placed in there, it'll take that over into the PDF file. So now if we come to File and we just choose Notation Export Pdf Music XML, we can click on that. That'll ask us to specify where we want to put the file. And I just drop that to my desktop. And you can see now we've got PDF. We can specify how many measures are being used, who the author is, and whether we want the music XML to show score part-wise or score time-wise. So if I just click on Save, that will now create that PDF for me of that particular piece of music notation. So let's just open up that PDF view and we can take a look at exactly what we've got. So let's just open that up. I'll bring that in and you can see we now have our music notation view, everything's set up. You can see where we put the name in there, the title of the song. I come down and then we've got all the information. If we scroll through, you can see we've now got also, alongside all the notation, we've got any lyrics that have been added in there. So everything that you see in your music notation window now can be output to PDF, which is a fantastic addition and something I know a lot of people have been asking for. So another pretty cool feature those wonderful boffins over at Cocos have actually come out with and added into Reaper. If you don't love this software, you've got to be crazy. So there we go. They are the new features that I wanted to show you about in this latest iteration of Reaper, which is 5.27. If you'd like to see more of the new features and the new enhancements, keep an eye on the Reaper blog, where I'm sure John will be releasing a video over the next day or so that'll take you through a lot more of the new additions that have been added to this latest version. Really worth checking out his videos. Well, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of the new content we add every single week. If you'd like even more free tips and tricks on using Reaper and getting the most out of your workflow, please pop over to reapertv.co.uk. Go and subscribe to our newsletter where we update you every week on the new content we add. And as a thank you, we'll send you a free copy of our 30 tips and tricks for Reaper DAW 5, completely free by return email. Well, until next time, happy mixing.